All right, we're at the Yoshimi Hundred Caves, which should be called the Yoshimi Hundred Graves because all these little holes that you can see carved into the sandstone, which is apparently easy to carve, were burials, right? They were essentially tombs for people. Sometimes families, sometimes a single person, but apparently people carved into the sandstone even multiple layers where multiple corpses would be kind of piled one on top of the other. So this actually dates back to the tumulus period, the Kofun period. Mind you, there was a debate in archaeology in the 1920s. Well, actually not a debate. 1887, a prominent archaeologist, Tsuboi Shogoro, said, oh, this comes from, these smallish people before the indigenous Ainu had, he wouldn't have called them indigenous, mind you, before the Ainu people. And they were small, and these were cave dwellings, and they lived here. So that was just a pipe dream. Now, he based this, though, on some, I think they're called Magahama, these Jomon period, late Jomon period artifacts that he found, kind of a crescent moon shape with a hole in it that people wore as jewelry, later kind of religious wear. And there was gold and silver and swords and bronze mirrors and stuff, and he thought, wow, this is from, those people, but it was a pipe dream. So archaeologists in Japan, they pushed back in the 1920s and said, no, that's hogwash. All the stuff that you find here, for the most part, the artifacts date to the late Kofun period, and hence, it couldn't have been these, mythical folklore peoples that the Ainu talked about. And so these tombs, apparently, it's made of sandstone, easy to carve out, and apparently they had little green stones as covers to the doors. They're about a meter square to get in. Some of them in the past actually went back several meters. But now the name, let's kind of talk about that. As we walk in here, you can kind of see one of them actually crawl in here. The people of the Edo period actually who lived in a nearby village had known about these. They saw them and they gave them the name Hyakuana, 100 holes. And that name kind of stuck. The town name is called Yoshimi. I'm not going to crawl in there, but and that's where we get the name, but really there's 219 of these holes. And there were more. But what happened is, near the end of the Second World War, the government had the Nakajima Aircraft Company carve out tunnels in here so that they could build aircraft engines to avoid American bombing. And that was done with slave labor, which is another unique thing here. Not the slave labor, but that after the war, activists in this town, Yoshimi, said we had to turn this into a monument of the injustice that was done, because a lot of those people that built this, about 3,000, 3,500, were Koreans and forced to work. And they had some Japanese conscripts and maybe some volunteers as well. Here, you can look in this one too. You can just kind of see a little bit bigger here, a couple of little raised areas. And that writing, I can't remember. I can't find anything that tells us what the writing is. And you can see being up here, it'll take a little bit out of you, but this is unique. It's the largest grave cluster in Japan. And I hope not forgetting anything, because this is kind of an interesting place. So the moral of the story is, we can't always trust history. Even archaeologists have their pipe dreams once in a while, and you got to go with the evidence. And Yoshimi Hyakuana, the Yoshimi Hundred Caves, we need archaeology to tell us the story, because we don't have a written record from people in the Kofun period, the tumulus period here in Japan, which went from about the 5th to the 7th centuries Common Era, the 400s to about the 600s. Anyway, a little bit off the beaten path, but worth coming to. Check it out. All right, now we can't go in here, but this was from the Nakajima Aircraft Company. It was the company that was supposed to build the aircraft engines in this little underground factory to avoid American bombing. You can look down there, it's pretty big, and it's destroyed a lot of the tombs or caves, whatever you want to call them, that were here. Now there's 219, which gives the name Hyakuana, 100 Caves, a little bit, makes it a misnomer or bad math. But anyway, there it is.